Hello, everyone. Hope you're well. I think we have a few more people. We've lost someone now, so we have two. So I'll get started. Hopefully, more people will join. Today's topic is about history. I'm going to look at Ayat's email to Ahmed later, and hopefully we'll do that in the next few weeks, inshallah. So today's topic is about history, and I will start with Ayat. So let me just unmute you. Hold on 1 second. Ayat, if you can hear me, you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm okay, thank you.
I'm
How
great,
has
thank
your week been so far? How has your week been so far since we last spoke?
So busy at work.
Really?
It's loaded because
That's
someone is leaving the company, the team, so we are taking his work. So it's a big problem at work right now.
oh no. Oh, that's not good. So it's very, very busy at the moment for you.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, it went quiet. And
well, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Perfect. So you've had a busy week then so far?
Yes. Coming weeks
that's
will be
good.
the same as we are
not
going
good.
to start the new year, preparing.
Oh yes, I see.
The new work
so
for
you're
the new
prepared
year.
for the new year, of course. So today's topic is about history. So I'll ask you a few questions, and hopefully you can answer them, and we'll have a conversation about it. Okay. So I'll put the first image up. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Right, can you see that? Yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. So can you tell me, that's brilliant. So can you tell me, is history important to you?
Yes, of course. I believe it's important because it gives you some knowledge about the previous culture, previous people was before you. Sure, it certainly will add to you some info or something, some value to you in something, in a topic or experience from someone. So it's certainly important.
Okay, and do you enjoy learning history?
Actually, I'm graduated from Egyptology.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so I was fond of the monuments more than the history itself, because we have 30 what we can call it 30 families in the ancient pharaonic period. So it was a lot of pharaohs and a lot of people that we have to memorize their names. It is good, but it's intensive.
So tell me, did you like studying history at school?
No, because I'm a little bit more creative person. I don't like a lot to preserve something. I would like to understand it more than history need you to memorize things.
Oh, so
I believe more than yes.
So
no, not so no, there is no no creation. Thank you, Mahmoud.
So do you feel like in school it was more about memorization than creativity?
Yes, history and geographic.
Okay, so
it will certainly add to you, but it needs to memorize more than understand and deal with it. Scientific or how we can say أحياء.
Go on.
in English, guys.
So
Because
sorry,
the
I can't hear
Arabic
you.
to
Oh, I think
biology.
Mahmoud sent a message saying biology.
I'm using some mic. Yeah.
I can't hear you properly. Hold on. Can
Thank
you hear
you,
me now?
Mahmoud. 1 second, I will.
I think your line's very bad.
Okay. I can hear you very clearly, but
that's good.
it seems that you don't hear me well.
I can hear you now, but then you cut off for some reason.
Okay.
I can't hear you at all now.
Okay. 1 second, Miss.
Oh,
Miss
I can hear you now. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Is it
Perfect.
better now?
That's slightly better. Yes, slightly better. So as you were saying, so in school, you didn't like history that much because you felt like it was more like a memorization more than the creativity side of things.
Yes, exactly.
And so what kind of history did you study in school then? What kind of was it all about ancient Egypt or anything else?
No, in university it was in ancient Egypt because my study, but at school it was about Egypt and presidents that that came to Egypt and ruled Egypt for.
I really can't. This line is very, very bad.
Yes, I don't know what's happening.
Can you hear me properly?
Yes. the
good.
issue is that you can't hear me well.
I can hear you now.
Okay. I
have
have moved from.
That's probably helped, I think. Yeah, if you can move from
better place, I hope.
Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better. Yeah. So tell me something. You've mentioned it briefly before. What period of history interests you the most?
I will lie if I say I have I have interest in some specific period of history because I don't like it at all, honestly.
You don't like history at all?
But the classic period from before, for example, for the classic movies, English movies, it was the best.
Oh, really? So classical English history, you would like more.
Yes.
Yeah, so would I. The olden days, English time was very, very good, I think, if we could go back there.
Yes, I believe so.
And if you can tell me, what period of history would you like to go back and live in?
It's this period of classic movies.
Yeah, same as
and
me.
in Egypt as well, because it was a very, I believe, some decent more than now. Nowadays it is horrible.
So say that again, sorry. I couldn't hear you there.
I believe our old movies, Arabic movies also, it was better than now, and the style of people and way they talk, yes.
I've never seen an Arabic movie.
Oh, okay. I recommend you to see a few.
I will.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you a few more questions. I'll just get another image up for you, so you have it in front of you. So if you can tell me, why do people like history? I know you say you don't like history, but why do you think so many people do like history?
I believe for knowledge or knowing other cultures or knowing the previous culture or people that were there, what happens before. It is
so what happened in the past?
Important. Yes.
Yeah.
The actions or what happens. It will add to people, for example, to have some idea about a previous thing, so they will add it they will might add something to it in future.
So what do you mean by adding? What do you mean by? If you can explain that to me further, sorry. So what do you mean by adding to the future? Yeah, go on.
If we are speaking about some specific medicines that people or doctors have innovate, so we have to know the history of this creation to develop on it in future. So we have to know the previous actions to add it in the next level, or for previous something in the economic. We have some guys, how we say أحداث.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last bit. Sorry.
Pen today, I'm not concentrated. I'm asking our peers here to tell me أحداث. It is an Arabic word.
Oh,
incidents. What happens? Yes, incidents.
Oh, okay. So that's English word. English word.
Yes, I'm asking the Arabic. We call it أحداث. So I believe it is incident with incident.
Oh, okay. So an incident in English would mean, I'm trying to think how to explain it to you. Something that's happened that's not good, like an accident, but like an incident. So if someone falls down, we would say they had an incident.
I don't want to say incident. I want the general word of incident, not specific, not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. So I'm trying to think. So tell me in which context you're trying to tell me. So what's your whole sentence to use that word?
Another example, if we have
I can't hear you again.
Yes, economic situation.
Economic situation. I heard that bit.
We will act in future.
I can't hear you at all.
The previous one.
So all I heard was some previous one. Oh, he's saying calamities. Mahmoud's saying calamities. Proceedings.
This is a very
I can't hear you for some reason.
But I can't remember right now. But as I explained my
Hello.
Okay.
Ayat, can you hear me? Ayat, can you hear me? I think we've lost.
Bad with connection.
Oh no, she's back. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect. Should we go into the next question before you hopefully you won't cut off this time?
Yes.
Is that okay? I think I know the answer to this one already, but I'll ask you again. Would you like to be a historian?
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
You must really, really hate history. But what is it that you hate about it? So do you find it boring? Do you find it just it's not worth learning about it? Or what is it that you hate about history so much?
It might be because there is a lot of bad things happen
in the past.
In my country, in the past, but in the whole world. So it became more bad and bad more than ever than before. So because that's why I don't like history.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that's very, very true. So does your country have a proud or violent history?
I believe any country could have the both. It is not consistently a violent or a proud. We can say all the time we are proud, and not all the time there is a violent history. So I believe each country has its ups and downs.
That's true. Yes, each country has the good, the bad.
Yes.
Or we can say
exactly the good and bad sides. Yes.
Yeah. Or we can say that each country has the pros and the cons. So the positives and the cons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So what do you know about the early history of your country?
Early history? I can speak about the pharaonic period.
Yeah, of course, please do.
So we have 30 families. 30 families of pharaohs, and they rule Egypt. Of course, some goods and some bad, and of course there is a lot of battles from between each other until we start our bit of the, I believe we call it not pharaonic, the new period. I don't know the exact word also in this. I don't know if you can hear me or it went quiet again. Miss Gaia, can you hear me? Because I can hear nothing.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Perfect.
Thank you, Mahmoud. Modern history, yeah.
Okay, modern history.
Yes.
So you're more into the modern history. Is that what you're saying, or?
I was saying that after the pharaonic period, it certainly the modern history have begun. So that's it. I don't know much about history.
The early history, yeah. So you know a lot about the pharaohs, and is that linked to the pyramids as well in Egypt?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So you know a lot about that, but
they created. Yes.
So you don't know much about the modern.
Yes, I know, of course, about my country, about the presidents that rules, but not so much in detail. In general topic, in general.
I see. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know much about the English history either, so don't worry. I've got a few more questions. I'm just going to get the image up so you can see what I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
And so how would the world change if schools stopped teaching history to children, or all the history books were destroyed? So how would you think the world would change if history wasn't taught in schools anymore? Can you hear me?
1 second. Yeah. Yes, I'm reading it again.
That's fine. So how would the world change if all the schools in the world, for example,
stopped teaching history? It will be a bad idea.
A bad idea?
No. Yes, of course. History
Why would
is
it be
so
a bad
important.
Idea? Yeah.
Because history have for certain some experience from our previous ancient families or from our ancient. So certainly it will be bad if you destroyed. You speak about history as in everything, in every topic or field of our world, like medicine, like agriculture, or just the history about a certain country.
Oh, I can't hear you.
And it is presidents on something like that.
So basically you're saying that it's important
here about no, Miss Gaia, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I was saying
I heard
before it's gone again.
I heard you say presidents. I heard you mention presidents.
Yes, I was asking you if you mean by history the country and its presidents, and you mean also we will include the agriculture, the medicine.
I think everything in general. So when the school teaches history to children, they mention the royal families, the presidents, the wars, how people used to live, say 500 years ago. Yes, everything. So in general. That's what I mean. Yeah.
So yes, that's what I understood. So of course, no, it will just if we gonna destroy our history, we have no future, because history teaches us a lot of. It's like the basic or the main base we have, and everyone is adding something to it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thank you so much, Aya. It was a bad line, but I think we managed to get there, didn't we? We managed to answer all the questions. No, it's not your fault. I think it's not your fault. I think it's just the connection. It must be because of the weather or something. But you've done really, really well. Do you have any questions for me at all, or anything you want to ask me?
Thank you so much. I'm fine.
That's okay. Thanks. Thank you so much, Aya. I'll speak to you again soon.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Bye. Okay, let's go to Mahmoud. I'll mute him now. Hi, Mahmoud.
Hi, hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good. How's your week been so far since we last spoke?
It was okay.
That's good. What have you been up to?
Here?
What have you been up to?
Nothing new. The same as the previous weeks.
Same old, as we say in
Yes.
England. That's good.
Yes.
So the topic today is history. So I'll ask you a few questions regarding history. If you can answer them for me, that'd be brilliant. Okay.
Okay.
So is history important to you?
Sure, it is important to anyone, and it is important to me because we can somehow judge our days, our current days according to our history. It's like a benchmark we can depend on.
So I don't know what you mean. So you're saying that you can compare, like, from what happened before to what's
Yes,
happening now.
comparing
Yeah.
for judging if we are doing well or we are behind.
So you mean, like, so you can judge, so you can compare and judge and make a judgment on, if
Yes.
it's, for example, the medicine better today, or was medicine better before in history?
Yes,
For example,
that's it. Yes.
That's good. So, I mean, do you enjoy history? Do you like learning about history?
Not really. I didn't like studying history because in Egypt we used to focus mainly on our ancient history of the pharaohs, which is like 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So this was so far, and they are like different people with unfamiliar names.
Yeah. So is it because you felt like you only learned about the ancient Egypt, not nothing else? That's why you didn't enjoy history?
I didn't find studying about them interesting.
Yeah, I
It
understand. Yeah,
was not
that's
easy.
it's funny because when we studied history in this country, ancient Egypt was our number one topic. Everyone enjoyed it.
Wow.
Yeah, in England, yeah, everyone enjoys ancient Egypt and the pyramids and the pharaohs. All the kids love it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in England, everyone loves Egyptian culture and history. It's very, very
Okay.
popular.
Lovely.
Okay. So did you like studying history at school at least? Did you like studying it when you were in school? Did you not enjoy it a little bit, or did you hate it?
Again, please.
Sorry, I'm probably talking a bit too fast there. Did you like studying history at school, or did you absolutely hate it? Did you enjoy it at all?
Sometimes maybe I was more interested in the modern history more than being interested in the ancient history. So it was like so.
Yeah. Okay. So what kind of subjects did you like studying in school then?
I'm sorry.
What kind of subjects did you like studying in school? What kind of topics did you like studying?
Nothing in particular, but maybe I liked studying Arabic.
And are you fluent in Arabic?
What?
Are you fluent in Arabic? So you can
Fluent?
speak Arabic. Can you hear me?
I think so. I'm a native
That's
native
good.
Arab, so I should
Yeah.
be. I think
Yeah.
I'm a little good, but I didn't practice since the school, so
Yeah.
I'm not that good. I think I learned at school.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me, what period of history interests you the most?
Definitely the modern history because like I said, we can learn something from our near ancestors.
Okay, that's fine. And when you say modern history, what kind of modern history are you talking about?
Modern history, like 100 to 300 years ago. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so not that far behind.
No, yeah, not deeper in there.
Yeah. So you mean not too far back, just 2 to 300 years ago or something.
Yes, I think we are living in a new era. We have the machinery, the age of machinery, and
Yeah.
new weapons, something like this. This is what we live now.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
behind us.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot more happening now, isn't there, than before?
Yes.
So what period of history would you like to go back and live in?
If I had to, maybe I'd like to choose the time of the Prophet Muhammad or the time of his companions. I think
Of
so.
course, yeah, that'd be amazing, won't it?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you some more questions and get the other image up.
Yes, please.
Why do you think people like history?
If you ask about the people who like history, I think they like it because they maybe they are historians. They like to take a closer scope on the past, to make some judges on the current events.
So you're saying that they can look at the current events and judge what's going on.
And they are important to us. They can teach us something about our history, not to fall again in the same mistakes some people of some people of the history has committed.
So I couldn't hear that. What did you? So can you repeat that, please?
Okay, I say that they can tell us about the mistakes of the other people from our history, so that we would not commit the same mistakes they fall
committed.
in.
Yeah,
they committed.
Of course, yeah. That's a very good point, actually. Definitely.
Yes.
Would you like to be a historian?
Not actually. I'm not interested in history, but if I have to be a historian, I don't like to be that one of those subject biased people who are closed to the rulers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And who show a different view than the reality was.
Okay. And so what country do you live in again? Sorry, is it Egypt or?
I live in Egypt. Yes, we are all
Okay.
Egyptians.
So does your country have a proud or violent history?
Violent history?
Yeah. Oh, really? Sad. So what kind of examples can you tell me?
I think so. We in the modern and in the ancient as well. History. For example, in the modern history, one of the kings of Egypt before Egypt converted to be a republican. That king invaded a lot of areas in Africa. He included the Sudan to his rule, and even until Ethiopia.
So what was the last bit again? Sorry.
I was talking about that king, the Egyptian king, who invaded parts of Africa from Egypt to Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, okay.
Yes, from Egypt to Ethiopia.
Wow, that's not good. And how modern? When did that happen?
It's near in like 100 years.
Oh, so quite recently then,
Yes, it is.
in this generation.
I think so. Yes.
That's quite sad, isn't it?
Yes.
So what do you know about the early history of your country, in the early history?
The early history means the ancient history.
Yeah, so really, yeah, so ancient, really, really early, so really old.
Yes. We have studied about those families who ruled Egypt.
Yeah.
They were like 13, as I had said. At first, they said that Egypt was like two kingdoms, and there was one king who was named as Mina. He got the two kingdoms together to be one kingdom under his rule.
Okay. So that sounds very, very interesting. So how long ago did that happen?
This was like I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago.
I see. So when you say two kingdoms, so is Egypt made up two countries joined together, or?
Again, please.
Sorry. When you say two kingdoms joined, do you mean two countries became one? So was Egypt two countries that have joined up?
I don't know exactly, but I think so.
Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah, I definitely have to look more into that, I think.
Actually, the modern borders were set by the invaders, so I can't tell how was Egypt before the invaders decide about what borders should be.
That's true. That's very, very true. Yeah, I suppose they just ruled everything, didn't they? They just decided to put borders up and.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me ask you one final question, if that's okay with you.
Yes. Okay.
How would the world change if schools stopped teaching history to children and all the history books were destroyed?
I'm not sure about this question, but
so
actually,
I'll try to explain it again properly.
I understand it, but the point is that we Arabs don't really learn from our history. So would that make a difference for others? I don't know, but it will certainly make a difference, because we have to learn about the mistakes of the others to avoid it.
Yeah, I see.
Not to be involved in a third world war, for example.
Yeah. So do you feel like the Arab nations don't really pay attention to history that much?
We don't benefit from it. We don't learn from it.
Yeah, because in England it's a complete opposite. Because England, they love their history. Everything's based around history. Everything evolves around history and what happened before. They're always talking about this happened 100 years ago, this happened 1,000 years ago.
Yes,
schools are taught it. Yeah.
And this is important, and this is what makes the first world a first world, and this is what makes the third world as a third world.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mahmoud. Do you have any questions for me at all?
Not really, not now. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. I'm honestly learning so much from you guys. Honestly, it's such a blessing. I'll go to the next participant.
Okay.
Okay, so can we have Mohammed, please? Mohammed, yeah. Mohammed, can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yes.
I really cannot hear you at all. The line is very bad. I really cannot hear you, Mohammed. The line is very bad.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you much better now. How are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah. And how about you?
I'm fine, thank you. How has your week been so far?
Please again.
Sorry. How has your week been so far since we last spoke? I can't hear you very well.
Good, alhamdulillah, good.
That's good. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Mohammed. Can you? Is your line very bad or? Hello.
But I hear you good.
You hear me good. That's good. But I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay. I'll try to go to the first question, and we'll see how we get along. Okay.
Okay.
So the topic today is about history. So I just wanted to ask you a few questions. Hopefully you can give me some insight into your history knowledge. I'm learning so much from you guys, so it's very interesting for me as well to hear what you have to say. Okay? So if you can tell me the first question, is history important to you?
Yes, history.
Your line is very bad. I really can't understand.
History.
Mohammed, I really can't understand what you're saying.
Hello?
The line is very bad. I can't make out what you're saying because the line is just very, very bad.
Okay.
Can you try moving somewhere or?
Okay.
Is that? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Leave and resign.
I can't hear you.
Leave the session and resign.
So is history? So let me ask you again, because I can't understand what you're saying. Is history important to you?
Yes, I told you it's very important for everyone because history teaches us about the people and about the people's lives, teaches us wisdom, and teaches us how people to deal with the problems and how create the countries, how to learn, teaches us more about life and about what we deal with our lives.
I think I heard you. So because the line is still very unclear. So you're saying that history is important because we get to learn about the past. There's wisdom behind it. Is that what you said?
Now I can't hear you properly.
You can't hear me properly now. Let me try moving. Hold on. How about now? Can you hear me, Mohammed?
Yes. Now good.
That's good. So if you can answer the next question for me, I want to try
I
and answer.
I will change the line the next time, inshallah.
That's good. I'll try to ask you the questions because I want to try and get you to answer all the questions before the line gets bad again. Did you like studying history at school?
No, I don't like the history in school. I have a problem in remember events and remember dates. So
you have a problem with. What do you have a problem with? Sorry, what do you have a problem with?
I have a problem to remember dates and events.
So I couldn't understand what you're saying. Sorry, because the line is still. It sounds very muffled. Your line, like something's obstructing the line.
Yes.
So what did you say? So if you can repeat yourself, that'd be perfect. Can you repeat yourself for me, please?
Hello?
Yeah, can you repeat yourself?
What? So?
Can you repeat what you said?
Yes. I didn't like studying history at the school because I have a problem to remember dates and events.
So what's your problem? 'Cause I heard that you didn't like studying history.
to remember, yes, to remember events and the dates.
Oh, I see. So you find it difficult to remember the dates and stuff.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I'm very bad at remembering things. So if you can tell me what period of history interests you the most.
At modern history, period of war in Egypt.
The war in Egypt?
Yes, war in Egypt.
Oh, the wall or the war?
War in modern history. When Egypt war with Israel, and all the history, the very interesting period is Islamic period in history for Islamic country and yes.
Yeah. So you like the Islamic history, the Islamic country history, things like that.
Yes.
Perfect. That's brilliant. And what period of history would you like to go back and live in?
Islamic period to live in. I don't trust in history at all because the history become a person who control in countries. They are who write the history. I don't trust of history else Islamic history because it's written in the Quran and Sunnah.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. So you don't trust the history in case someone writes it wrong. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally understand.
We discover.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. So you're saying to me, just to repeat that again. You're saying you don't trust the history because people write it. They could make false information. They can write false information.
Yes, people controls in countries who write the history. So in history written.
Oh, I think the line's gone. Oh, I can hear it's like a piano playing on your line. Mohammed, can you hear me? Mohammed, can you hear me? I really want to try and get this question answered from you. No, I think we've lost Mohammed. I think so. We'll go to the next one. Oh, Mohammed, can you hear me?
Not all.
Mohammed, I can't hear you, Mohammed. Can you hear me, Mohammed? Mohammed, can you hear me? Let me see if I can mute it. Hold on. Just bear with me, guys. Just trying to get Mohammed back. Mohammed, can you hear me? Hello, Mohammed, can you hear me? I really want to try and get Mohammed's questions answered, guys. Just bear with me, because we're nearly there. Mohammed, can you hear me, Mohammed? Hello, Mohammed. Oh, Mohammed's back. Mohammed, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can hear me perfect. You're back. But I want to try and get
Hello.
the question.
Hello.
Oh, you seem to come and then you seem to disappear again.
Oh, yes. Now I can.
I just cannot seem to hear you at all, Mohammed. Your line is very, very bad.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's try and get the questions done before you cut
Yes.
off again. Why do people like history?
Yeah.
Oh no, the line is terrible. Can anyone else hear Mohammed? Or is it just me? So Mohammed's gone again. His line is completely gone now. Okay, let's come back to Mohammed then, because I don't want to waste your time, everyone. So let's come back to Mohammed later. I'll try to mute him. Okay, let me talk to Yasmin. Hello, Yasmin.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
That's good. How has your week been so far since we last spoke?
It's good. Nothing new happened as usual.
That's true. That's a good thing. So life's
Yes.
good at the moment, yeah?
Alhamdulillah.
That's good. So I'm going to ask you a few questions regarding history, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
So let's start. I'm just a little conscious of time, and also because I don't want to for the lines to go bad again. So
Yes.
I'll try to get through the questions. If we can answer the questions, that'd be brilliant. I'm learning quite a lot from you guys. So it's really, really good. So is history important to you?
Yes, it's very important to me because it knows me the past and gives me a knowledge of how people used to live in the past, and how our civilization arose.
That's true. Yeah, that's very, very true. And do you enjoy history? Do you enjoy learning about it?
Actually, I don't like a scientific subject. I love to read it as a knowledge.
Yeah. So just not study it, but just as a pass, as a hobby, just learn about it in general, general knowledge.
No,
yeah,
yes.
Without any pressure of memorizing anything.
Yes, without any person test me on it, and
yeah. So if we were doing a history test, you would hate it then. If we had exam about history, you would hate it.
Yes, I hate it. Yes.
Did you like studying history at school then?
No, I didn't like it.
So what subjects did you enjoy studying at school then?
Physics and chemistry.
Physics and chemistry.
Biology.
So you're more of a science-based person.
Yes.
That's good. That's interesting. And what period of history interests you the most?
I think days of the pharaohs.
The pharaohs.
Because pharaohs. Because it was a very simple life. Yeah. And it was filled with knowledge and well education and many creativity. This showed that their heritage.
It shows you the heritage. Heritage, yeah.
Like pyramids.
Yeah. So it shows where they came from. So the pharaohs, the pyramids, the heritage of the whole topic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very true. And what period of history? Did I just ask you that question? I'm off. My mind's gone a blank now. See.
What period?
What period of history do you? So you told me something. You enjoy the pharaohs, the pyramids, and everything. So what period of history would you like to go back and live in?
What period?
Of history, yeah.
I talk about Egypt. Okay.
Okay. It can be anywhere in the world,
I
but
think
in more local media, yeah.
yes. Mhm.
Carry on.
I think in 1980 at Egypt.
1980. Well, that's very specific.
Yes,
I like that.
because
Why 1980?
Because women have always dressed very simple dresses,
I see. So
and
you like the female dresses, yeah.
they were well educated.
Mm-hmm.
Their life also was very simple,
Okay.
not complicated like now.
Yeah, that's true. It's very complicated life now, isn't it? It's too much going on.
Yes, very
But I
complicated.
like your specific date, 1980. It's before I was born.
Yes.
Okay, so let me just ask some more questions.
Okay.
So why do you think people, I know you don't like history, but why do you think other people like history?
Because it knows the past and
The past?
and gives them the knowledge.
That gives people the knowledge of the past.
Mm.
But what benefit is it to them? What benefit is it to them to know the past? Like, why do you think people like to know the past?
The past because they should to know their past and should know their customs and traditions. How their country bring up.
So how the country has become the way it is now because of
Yes.
the past. Okay, I
Yes.
understand that. Yeah. So I think I know the answer to this question already, but I'll ask you again. Would you like to be a historian?
Not a historian, but I wanted to affect in our community.
In your community?
Yes.
So what do you mean you want to affect your community? What do you mean by that?
I want to change anything in my country.
Oh, so you want to be able to change what's going on in your
Yes.
country? Okay.
Yes.
So you wouldn't want to be a historian, but you'd want to be able to change what's going on. So maybe more. So you'd rather be like a president or a prime minister.
Yes.
That's very good. Very good aspiration. I like that. Does your country have a proud or violent history?
My country have a proud.
Yeah, is it a proud history or violent history?
No. Now people are rebellions.
Rebellions?
In all things. Yes. In all things.
So what do you mean by that? So what do people do then?
They don't like the pharaohs, and they don't like the السادات, and they don't like Gamal Abdel Nasser. They don't like all presidents.
I see. So they're basically rebelling against their parents. They're rebelling against the leaders. That's not good, is it?
Yes.
So what do you know about the early history of your country?
What?
What do you know about the early history of your country?
I'm not understand this.
I'll try to explain it again. That's fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
So in your country, Egypt, what do you know about the early history? So the old ancient history, not the modern history, not the 1980 or the last 100, but the early history. You've mentioned it briefly before.
No, I'm not.
So you mentioned.
I don't know.
That's okay. Don't worry. So let me try to explain it better. I think it's probably myself not explaining it very well to you. So if you can tell me what you know about the history in your country, but the old history, not modern history, the olden days.
I know only the pyramids and the Sphinx.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people have said so far. Yeah, so the pyramids is a big part of your history, isn't it? Really?
Yes.
Because in England, all the schools in England learn about the pyramids as well. So it's very important. So that's something for you guys to be proud about in your country. Got one more question for you.
Okay.
How would the world change if schools stopped teaching history to children and all of the history books were destroyed?
I think the students didn't know their civilization, and they didn't know customs and traditions also.
Yeah.
Because history learned us how man developed in the past.
Yeah.
They also didn't know the value of their country.
Mm-hmm.
It followed that they didn't care to do anything to their country.
What do you mean by the last sentence? So they don't care about the country, or
didn't care to do anything to change their country.
Oh, I see. So if history wasn't taught in schools, people wouldn't be interested in making change in the country that they live in. Yeah,
because
I totally
because they
understand.
didn't know their past.
They didn't know their past.
Yes.
Past, yeah, that's very, very true. Actually, that's a good point. Thank you so much, Yasmin. That's very good talking to you. Do you have any questions for me at all?
No.
Okay, that's fine. So I look forward to speaking to you again. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Yasmin.
Thank you.
I'm going to try Mohammed again. So hopefully he's going to be there. Hello, Mohammed. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
That's good. I can't hear you perfectly, but I can hear you better than before. So let's try and get through the questions before you cut off again, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's have a look. Do you remember which question I asked you last? Mohammed, can you hear me?
Yes,
I think we're on the second.
The last question.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you know about the early history of your country?
Oh, okay. So the last question on the second page, yeah. So tell me the answer. What do you know about the early history of your country?
Yes. As we studied at school, we know about pharaonic.
Pharaohs? Pharaohs?
Yes, pharaohs.
How do you pronounce pharaohs in your country? Is it pharaohs? I can't hear you again, Mohammed. Oh gosh, I was going to try and get through the questions with you. So you mentioned something about pharaohs.
Yes, pharaohs and modern history for our president.
The president.
Yes.
Okay, so you know about the pharaohs.
Honestly, I was talking about president.
You're talking about what? Sorry.
Yes, our history in schools was talking about our president.
Oh, your president, I see. So that's in school they talk about your president a lot, yeah.
Yes.
Leaders, yeah. That's brilliant. Let me try and get to the last question before you cut off. I really want to try and get through this before the line gets worse.
Okay.
So how would the world change if schools stopped teaching history to children and all the history books were destroyed?
It will be a bad thing for people, a bad thing for politicals and historians. History made people investigate and analyze events and know about people's lives and they know about other countries.
So it's good that people learn history because they can learn about other countries and everything.
Yes.
So if you can just, I think the line, I'm not hearing you properly still, but I'm trying to make out what you're trying to say to me. So would the world change in a bad way then if they stopped history? Would the world become worse?
World change?
Yeah, so if they stopped teaching history, would the world as you know it today become worse?
Yes.
Because people won't know about the past.
Okay, students having the knowledge for their people and their countries and other countries. History make the person investigate and analyze events and they take wisdom from events.
They take wisdom from the past events.
Yes.
Events. Is that what you're trying to say? Events, yeah?
Yes, events. Yes.
Events, yeah. So you're saying that the wisdom, the knowledge is from past events. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, Mohammed. We got there in the end. Hallelujah.
Okay,
Thank you so
I'm
much.
sorry for
That's okay.
disruption.
Hopefully next time you'll be much clearer, hopefully, inshallah.
Today I have a problem in the mainline, so
Really?
I'm using mobile data. Yes.
I see, okay. That's fine, don't worry. But we got there in the end, that's the main thing. Thank you so much, Mohammed.
Next time will be better, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, Mohammed. Speak to you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay. Okay, so we have one more person to get through. That's Summer. So should we take a 5-minute break, everyone, and we'll resume again in 5 minutes. Hopefully that's okay. Okay. See you again soon. 5 minutes.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're all still there. Hope you had a lovely 5-minute break. So the last person on my list is Summer. Hope I'm saying the name correctly. Please correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Hi.
Hello, Summer. Hi, how are you?
How are you? Summer.
I'm okay, thank you. Summer. Am I saying it's Summer?
Summer, yes.
It's like the weather, summer.
Yeah.
It's lovely name.
Another
Lovely name,
letter.
mashallah. It's lovely name, mashallah.
It's a name like talking at the night with your friends. Does that mean?
Oh, is that what it means?
Yeah, it's not weather.
Because in England, summer is like a season.
Yes, but
we have here. It's very SUMMER.
Yeah,
But the pronunciation, the pronunciation sounds very similar.
Yes.
Thank you so much for waiting patiently. So I'll
No
try and get into the questions. So
Yeah.
today's topic is about history, which I'm sure you already know. So I'll ask the first question without further ado. So, Summer, tell me, is history important to you?
Yes, I think it's important to know about the past, what they do in specific situations that may happen in our days. It's nice to know and to learn from them. It's important. Yeah.
It's very important, and that's true. You have to learn from what happened in the past. Yeah, so we can improve or take some good advice from them, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes,
did you like studying history at school?
Look, I think you don't meet any Egyptians like study history at school.
Yeah, I know.
Because, you know,
And I'm very shocked.
you know,
I'm very shocked because all of
no,
you
no,
guys.
it's a, you know, it's a huge history. It's 7,000 years ago.
Yeah,
From history, you can imagine how many information you can keep in mind
that's true.
to make an exam, and you must record. It's high pressure to studying history at school, but
So it's-
to read this about story, it's okay. It's specific topic, and read. It's funny and interesting to know about Egypt history. It's very interesting, but study at school, it's not good at all.
So are you saying it's too much? Are you saying it's too much pressure to study?
Too much. Yes. 7,000
years of history.
years. It's a huge information you can keep at the same time and go to exams. It's very bad. Very, very bad.
Yeah. Because I'm very surprised because everyone's saying you don't, it doesn't seem like any of you like history that much. It's funny because in England, I said to someone else before, history, especially ancient Egyptian history, people love it so much. People, they love studying the pharaohs, the pyramids. It's one of the best topics.
If you see our books in the history, you can shock more.
Yeah, that's
big,
true.
Very big, very, very big.
Very big history, isn't it? Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to have history. So what period of history interests you the most?
I think it is Islamic period from the beginning of Prophet Muhammad appears. I think so. We'll see. I want to pack this and live in, and so the people how they follow him, and what they feel when listen the first time Quran. I think it's very emotional for me. Yeah.
Okay, and so what period of history would you like to go back and live in?
Yeah, this period I like to live in and show and see the people
how they were, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very emotional. Yes.
Yeah, that'll be. I think that's something that probably a lot of Muslims would like to go back and see how the Prophet ﷺ lived in that period of time, isn't it?
How he how he managed a huge countries like that. I don't believe that. It's very amazing.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a few more questions. So why do people like history? I know not everyone in this group likes history, but why do you think other people like history?
To learn from the past what happened in the same situation. We live our days may happen something like a revolution in Egypt. We back to the history in the world and want to see what happened, what's the next, and we learn from their mistakes and don't do that, and we improve the things to better when we saw their mistakes.
Yeah,
I think
so you can make improvements going forward, isn't it?
Yes,
that's true. Yeah. And this is probably, you've already answered this question briefly before, but would you like to be a historian?
Historian, you mean write history by myself?
Yeah, so it's like someone that specializes in history, someone that knows so much, teaches it, learns it, presents it.
I think I don't like to be historian, but I need the historian in our country to be honest and tell us the truth.
Anyway, tell you the truth. Do you feel like the historians in your country lie?
I think all over the world, he just write what his opinion.
So it's more opinionated than truth.
Yeah, not yes. I think it must write what happened and his opinion and the other opinions.
I see.
And let us judge. And I think this will be the best.
That's
But
best,
I
yeah.
think it's what we read now. It's just one opinion.
Yeah,
So it's not a truth at all.
that's true. Yeah, it's good.
Mm.
You know, good idea actually. If only people would take that advice and actually implement it, you know, when they are historians, and you know, because some of them historians do actually talk about their own opinion, not actually based on fact, so it can be a bit
Yes.
misleading
Yes,
sometimes
it's a
for
bad
people that are
thing, yeah.
learning. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Does your country have a proud or a violent history?
I think both proud of violence. You know, Egypt. A lot of countries attacked him, and they defend about themselves. This is proud and violent.
Yeah,
The both.
yeah. So
It's
there's good and bad.
not different thing. Yeah,
It's good
it's
and
not
bad.
a good and not a bad. The both happen together, and what happened next make us proud of our country to defend this all attacked. That's it. That's
I
happened.
understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you know about the early history of your country?
About the early history, about France and this, I don't remember anything actually. But the best period of our history is Egypt, when Islamic entered our country by the Islamic army, under the leader Amr ibn al-As. Is the best thing that happened in our history, I think.
That's very interesting. I didn't know that. That's very interesting, actually. Thank you. See, I'm learning from you as well. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. And one final question, Summer, if you can just bear with me. How would the world change if schools stopped teaching history to children and all the history books were destroyed?
Sure, it would be a bad idea, but I think it will be a good if we write our history from the beginning. Yeah, good idea for me, I think.
So erase the history and start again.
Yeah, it's. I think it's the new idea.
I think a lot
from
of
the
countries
beginning.
want to. Yeah.
And I learn from the beginning. Yeah, and we will make a mistakes. Not big a problem, but we learn and we live. The life will not stop. We will continue and learn, and we will write our history from our children. I think it's a
good idea.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Summer. You've done brilliantly. Thank you so much. And your line is very good, actually. I can hear you perfectly, which is good. I think I've seen everyone now, which is good. So, but before you go, Summer, do you have any questions for me at all?
Thank you.
Any questions for me, Summer, at all?
No, thank you.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Summer. I'm going to put you on mute now. So, I think, let me just double check if I've seen everyone. Yeah, I think I've seen everyone now. So I hope you enjoyed the topic today, guys. If you've got any questions or feedback, please do let me know. I'll stay on here for a couple more minutes in case you want to type anything. Okay, so no one's messaged me anything, so I think we're done for today. Thank you so much, guys. I've learned so much from you guys. It's been a very, very interesting subject today, history. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm not sure what the next topic will be for Sunday, but I will speak to Ahmed and come up with something. If you've got any ideas, please let me know. I'll stay on for another minute. Any other topic ideas? But if not, it'll be a surprise for you on Sunday then. I'll choose something fun, hopefully. No one's saying anything, so I'll choose something for Sunday, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And thank you so much. Hope you have a lovely rest of the week, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye, people.